Hey, how's it going, everybody? For today's video, we're going to be playing one of the Angels' probably better relievers in the past couple years by the name of Ty Buttrey. Now, if you're not familiar with it, Ty Buttrey was a part of the Players League, and maybe he didn't do too hot, but he did turn it on in the end, actually, and did beat some of the better people in that Players League. So this video may take a little bit longer than we are used to on this channel, but it's because we're talking about baseball, the Players League, all that good stuff. Go ahead and get right on into it. What do you think of the idea of as like an opener? Like, do you like the idea of it? Are you more old school about it?
You know what? I like it a lot. I mean, I think you saw Tampa Bay doing it really well. You know, obviously depends on the pitchers. I don't like how just because Tampa did it, everybody thought that, okay, this is what, you know, this is how baseball is going to be. Like, it almost just became a trendy thing to do because, I mean, I know there's the stats that say, you know, it's statistically it's way better for guys. You know, it's way better for the team. You know, when pitchers get third time through the lineup, you know, their ERA shoots up. Hold on, where is my DH at? Come on right now.
It'll be if you scroll up a little bit, it'll say DH on the website. Yeah.
Okay, with Tommy there.
Oh, that's what you're looking for. Okay.
So I like it. I mean, we did it a lot last year.
With Cole
Noe
is who I noticed doing it a lot. Taylor Cole.
Noe, right?
And Noe, yeah.
Taylor Cole did a lot too. I don't know, man. Like, I just think that I think it gets a little bit too in the weeds. I mean, I think if you can get, I think if you have a solid staff and a solid bullpen, I don't think you really need the whole opener thing, man. I don't know. I mean, I have a very different opinion on it because, oh my gosh, what was that?
Oh, you probably need to dive on that one.
No, I got a little indifferent about it just because I found it wasn't, I kind of like, maybe I'm biased because I like the more old school. Well, that's out. What, Mike? Nice effort.
But I feel like it's kind of a team by team basis, which I think is what you were saying, if I'm not mistaken, where it kind of just depends.
Yeah, like, I don't like how it's just kind of like, you know, the opener works and this is what we're going to do. Like, I don't think the opener applies to every situation, every team, just, you know, for the sake of it. I mean, because here's the thing. I mean, you go out there, you know, oh my gosh, you go out there and, oh, gotta get it, goodie. Oh my!
Oh, and he still
he caught it.
Yeah,
he caught it.
Oh, I gotta see the replay of this. So you say, hey.
Oh my god! How did he catch that?
The fielding patches have definitely been at least he's still catching it. Like, you got that. Why does it keep wanting to pop up? Hide it. Thank you. Off the head, into the glove. All right, that's a hell of a way to get the second out of the game. So for you, who do you think's got, like, I know you mentioned that you liked the Mariners a lot in terms of T-Mobile Park, I think it's what it's called now. Is that more so your favorite stadium, or do you have even maybe one that you like even more?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I love pitching at the Mariners Stadium. I like the city. I like the hotel. It's kind of weird, man. Like, I feel like a lot of baseball players, like, if it has a cool, if it's like a pretty easy trip for us.
I get there.
That is bleeding.
Oh,
that's a David Fletcher special right there. You know, if it's got a cool little hotel, like, it's not too far of travel, like, I don't know. Like, I actually don't mind Houston at all. Like, I like the atmosphere. Oh my gosh, I like the atmosphere. I like the hotel is unbelievable. It's a quick trip from, you know, Anaheim, so I don't really mind too much in that aspect. Okay. Like Yankee Stadium, I like Yankee Stadium. I like pitching at Boston. It's weird, man. I really think that I'm biased. That, like, oh gosh,
well, let's turn it.
You asked me, like, my favorite stadium, and it's probably, I guarantee I'm saying where I have, like, better numbers at. Like, that's kind of, I'm kind of biased, you know.
No, but if you pitch better somewhere, I mean, I feel like it's a fair enough point. I would, even in college for me, I was like, well, I like, you know, this place better because, I mean, there's certain reasons, like, they may actually have a legitimate better field, because definitely some colleges do, but I mean, if I notice like last game, oh, I did really good here, I'm like, there's something about it. Like, it may not even be that I realistically think it's a good field. It's just it resonates with me.
So I actually got like that a little bit with Anaheim. Like my first year, 18, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was throwing up 0 after 0. And then, you know, and then I went into 19, and it was like the same thing. I'm like, man, I'm dominating here. And as soon as I told myself that, it's like baseball gods, like 101. It's like you just don't say that. And then it was like 9 runs against Detroit and Baltimore, and I blew like 2 saves, and then I was like, crap, like, do I like pitching here? Do I like pitching at home, or am I an away pitcher now? Like, it's just like that just like that superstition of baseball that if you don't watch it, you can kind of creep up a little bit.
Well, here's a question, because I get it all the time, and it's actually always an interesting answer for me. If you could do it all again, like, you know, figure out what sport you want to play and everything, would you still want to play baseball, or is there like a sport that you kind of wish you took the alternate route, whether you went pro or not? You just think it's like a cool sport and a position that you really wanted to play.
Yeah, that's actually, I love that question, because it puts baseball into perspective for me. You know, I love baseball. I love competing. I wouldn't say I'm like a baseball nerd, you know, the statistics, you know, I've never really followed baseball a lot growing up. And so I love throwing hard, and I love striking guys out. Like, I just, you know, that is what baseball to me was when I was a young kid. Like, all I wanted to do was throw hard. I wanted to have the best breaking ball, and I just wanted to like be dominant on the mound. But it's funny that like what I found out, it was more about, for me, like playing the game of baseball. And like you're like, well, okay, well, you know, that doesn't really make sense. Like, for me, playing the game of baseball is hitting, you know, fielding, running bases, playing the outfield, diving for balls. Like, pitching to me is like a whole other sport, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense to me. I was a PO in college. I mean,
yeah,
it really is its own thing. Like, instead of like, yeah, you still have to worry about kind of the same fundamentals, like, oh, mechanics, and be careful, like how you were mentioning earlier. Like, especially when you're taller, you have to worry about it even more, that everything starts to fit in unison.
Yep.
And Jesus,
I'm
gosh, sneaking in ground balls left and right.
Gosh, dude, come on. Hey, that's what happens when you're a good hitter, though, man. It's like you just gotta get enough of the baseball. Baseball guys reward you.
Yeah, I don't know about that so much in MLB The Show. There's definitely games where you could constantly line out and there's nothing you could do about it. But then the next game you'll hang 15 on somebody.
Oh, gosh. Mike, get the ball, Mike.
No, for me, I wish I could kind of, like, if I could take it all back and do it again. One of my favorite sports is hockey. If I could go back and become a goalie, I think, even if whether I went pro or not, I at least give it a chance, right? I think it would be the most fun. Like, for me as a goalie, I would love to just be, it's like one-on-one, like especially in a shootout. Those are the best moments I can think of in a sport.
I just never really cared too much about hockey. I got into it. I went to my first Ducks game actually this off season.
I was gonna say, it's literally right across the street.
Dude, I know, man. Like, it's like bad. Like, they invited us over there, and honestly, I had some of the most fun I've had at a sporting event. Okay, Mike, you gotta gun him. I'm
challenging him. Am I gonna be safe? Oh, that's a perfect throw.
Oh!
He made it safe. I thought Michelle's about to get hosed, but
I think if I could, sorry, to answer your question, if I could go back, I would like to be like, I probably want to be like an NFL quarterback, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, sports was never like something that of playing video games. Like, if I could go and be a professional Halo 2 player, like, that's what I want to play. Like, I would love to play video games professionally, man.
Hey, if there's MLB esports, I look forward to that, but we'll have to see. I think it's every sports video game, like Madden, 2K, they all have some sort of esports scene. And there's us. But I think we're slowly getting there. I mean, this year they integrated PS4 tournaments and stuff. I think who's really lagging it is kind of MLB, because with 2K, the league is involved, like the actual NBA league is involved. Like the teams are drafting the players.
Yep. There we go, Jay up.
And with Madden, I think they have some sort of, it may not, but I know at least you got a MLB network, NFL networks involved. It's just like baseball, we're a little behind.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It definitely is behind. I think this players tournament was really good to kind of, bring a little more competitive aspect to it. I mean, I got my butt kicked in the tournament, so I don't want to talk about that. But it was definitely a really cool experience, dude. Like, just the competitiveness of it, man. Like, esports is getting huge. I mean, Twitch is getting huge. Streaming is really, really cool now. Like, it's just something that I think kids are starting to kind of take to. I mean, sports are always going to be sports, but dude, like playing against a guy like you, like it's crazy the amount of skill that is involved, man.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is, like, I know I'm a top player, but do I think I'm definitely not number one. Like, there's people who are actually, there's probably, like, I would give for sure off the top of my head 2-3 people that I would go like, you know what, I'll say you're better than me. After that, I'm like, I don't know, but I clicked the wrong button.
Oh gosh.
But
there we go. Let's go, dude, run. No, gosh. Oh, you're gonna throw me out, aren't you?
I thought you were gonna go back to third. I did not think you were gonna continue home. I think an esports league for MLB would just be a lot of fun. I mean, when I look at Madden and I see the stuff that they're doing, I imagine it with MLB, and I'm like, I don't know if we would have a bigger crowd or like an audience, or I know that's something they look at, is the numbers of it all, because it is, at the end of the day, it is a business move. And get them. Oh, way to slap the tag there. Way to slap it. Way to look alive. No, I would agree. What you mentioned, that you guys, God, David Fletcher, man.
Dude, I love Fletcher's hits, man. He just dinks it down the line every single time. Fletcher special right there.
No, that's what he does in real life, and I love it too.
He does the same thing. Oh,
okay, you are hitting way better than you have. What is going on? I'll hit the cutoff. Get him out of home. Nice transfer. Nope, never mind.
So I started using X instead of square.
That's what I told you. I told you the whole time.
I know, dude. I know. I should have listened to you, but I just couldn't.
Like, if you want to use square when you're squaring it up all the time, even I'll tell you, because I square up the ball consistently and I still won't do it, because I don't, especially with what this year they added perfects. There's no reason. If you square it up, you're gonna get a crazy exit velocity anyways. In theory, sometimes you don't, but in theory, it's supposed to happen. But what you mentioned with the E League, about the players, and that you guys did bring attention kind of to that atmosphere, I agree 100%. You guys did, and it was also cool because you guys also got to interact with other, like, your fans. You guys got to interact with just the gamers like me, and I know from a lot of us, I mean, I think it was cool. Like, everyone thought it was unique.
That's a good way to put it. Unique. It definitely was unique, dude. J-Up, I think in the tournament for me, I hit a walk-off bomb against Trevor May to end my hit a full tournament run. I got 2 wins against Tommy from the Yankees. Tommy Canley?
Yeah,
Canley. And then Trevor May. But I think I hit probably 7 jacks in the tournament and probably went I'm sure I could look up the stats, but it was stupid, man. I was raking with J-Up.
And J-Up, if you could, I was gonna say, one of the biggest things that I look for in Diamond Dynasty, and this obviously it doesn't really matter, but somebody's swing. J-Up swing, I'm not gonna lie, pisses me off more than anybody's, because he got the super late leg kick. It gets in my head. It makes me just late on everything. I like people who would load the way I would, where it's a little early. Like right here, Malik Smith, he's loading late. I don't like that. Like right there, I love that load. That's the load I look for in any card that I get. I want it early. Boy. Or not.
So, you know what really hurt me in that tournament, though, dude? I'm not going to say my record. Okay, I was 9-20 or 9-21. That was my record. But
hey, but we brought it back a little bit,
bro. Oh my god, no! I'm telling you, if we didn't practice, dude, I would have gone 1-29. Like, there's no shot I would have won a game after those first two. But the thing that really, like, I was playing really good against, like, guys that had really good records. Like,
well, I was gonna say, when you brought up you beat Canley, I was like, I know he was doing all right. And you brought up May, and I was like, I know he was doing good. I'm like, why are we beating the better people?
Bro, I beat Giolito. I almost beat Gavin Lux 5-4. I beat Jeff McNeil, and I beat Amir Garrett. Like,
oh wow!
And then I lost to Santana, who was 1-13. Stanek, who was 1-8. Who else did I lose to? Cole Tucker for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He was like 3-13 when I lost. Like, I didn't beat one guy that had a worse record than Eddie Rodriguez from Boston destroyed me.
Yeah, but if they do it again. Yeah, there's a common feeling. I knew eventually it was coming out of when every time you hit just the ball to somebody, I'm like, I'm seeing way too many common shields. There's gonna be something here eventually. But no, the other times I've played you, there's no way you have not hit this well.
No, this is definitely like, but I will say, when I'm streaming live and I'm under pressure, oh my gosh, do I tighten up? Dude, this is like, I'm seeing the ball pretty good right now. Like, I just am. I mean, I know you're not running Garrett Cole out at me, but like, dude, when I get it, when it's like tournament mode and I'm advertising, like, and I'm like, all right, guys, come out and watch me, you know, all this stuff that I was saying on my Instagram. Oh, that's a dope play.
Oh, come on.
Bro, who's your second baseman?
Is it Shed Long? I think it's Shed Long, because I think JP Crawford is the shortstop. Let me see. I'm going to double check that, because I think it is him. He's got to stop. Yep, Shed Long. He's got to relax. What would you say? Because I think you've mentioned it before. Oh, no. Flip. Oh, we're making this. Get rid of it. And oh, boy. Here we go, Shed. Okay, routine plays, we're going to make errors. The hard plays, wait, and it's not even, I guess it's not considered an error because we still got one. But what do you think is harder or more?
Oh, crap. Oh, JF, what are you doing?
I did the same thing. I did that same exact thing. What do you think was more, I don't know what the right word is. Not nerve-wracking, but
100% streaming online was way more nerve-wracking than pitching in front of 50,000 fans. 1,000%.
See, that's what's crazy to me. Like, I go, and it's just probably the familiarity of it. I've been doing it, so it's like, okay, like, this is normal. But I was gonna say, you put me on a mound, and even if there's like if you put 200 eyes on me, I'm gonna be like I'm gonna tense up a little bit. Again, heaven forbid it's 40 to 50,000 people and the game's on the line. I'm like, dude, I'm spiking this curveball, and I know what's coming. Like, it's just gonna get in my head.
Yeah.
We go, Kyle.
Oh gosh, that's gonna hurt. Yep, now we need that. We need to get. Why are we throwing the 3? Okay, wait. The one thing I never understood. So when I'm throwing to the cutoff, do I hit L1?
Yes.
I tap it or I hold it?
Well, you would hold it as if you're throwing it to a base, like first or second, like you still get a meter. Well, unless, are you using meter or are you using something else?
No, I'm using meter.
Yeah, if you're using meter, you just click, you would hold L1 as if you're clicking square, triangle, whatever bag you're throwing it to. Same exact thing. Oh, jeez. My Alex.
I also will say, Ryan, this is 100%. Oh, there we go.
Come on.
This is 100% the best baseball MLB The Show I have ever played in my life. I have no idea how I'm getting these hits right now.
It's the best one? Oh, what makes you say that?
This is the best. This is the best game. Like, the most comfortable I think I've felt pitching right now.
I will agree. The times that I've played you before, you're hitting it way better. I thought you were saying about like the game. I was like, I mean,
no.
Yeah.
I'm saying my skill level right now, like, this is. Oh gosh, like I can take this.
I know right now with everything going on, I'm sure there's some reasons why they can't get to, certain patches or certain things in time, but they'll figure it out. Hopefully with the once lockdown in California is done, that'll help. But who knows? I mean, it has the most potential out of any MLB The Show. I'll stick by that. It's the close at launch. It was the closest to perfect I've seen any MLB The Show.
If you leave your guys too long in the bullpen warming up, will they get fatigued?
To my knowledge, no. I sometimes, like, if I say I have a rough inning with Ohtani in the first inning, I'll have people getting warm for 5 innings. So I haven't noticed anything. It's never been brought up to anybody's attention.
Okay.
Oh, attaboy.
Oh,
yeah, we take those.
God,
yeah.
Ty, what are you doing? Why? You had him.
Get off me, ball. There we go.
Yeah.
Got a perfect. Yeah, it's always up to him. Attaboy.
Dang it, that curve. Dude, the curveball is so risky in this game, man. If you can't get a perfect...
It will hang. That's the other thing. You'll get good input, and you'll put in a certain spot that you want, and it will just go like, it's going over the plate. And those are the ones that get hammered. But here's another good question, I feel like, because you always, at least when I was in college, we always had this, like, bickering back and forth between the starters and the relievers of, like, which one you would rather do. Would you rather come in with the game on the line and you're like the go-to guy? Like, you're the, I wouldn't say closer, because I mean that's usually one person's job, and they're usually the most go-to clutch person, I guess. But would you rather be a guy who comes in out of the bullpen, you know, we'll call it probably a couple times a week, or would you rather have one start once a week?
Man, that's a good question, because honestly, like, I contemplated that my whole career, man. Like, I loved starting, and I thought, no way. Like, I always, no. Oh my God.
Okay, you have to see that on my screen though. It looked like you weren't even close.
He wasn't. He like teleported the ball.
Okay, that's what it was then, because I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh, it's just desync, I guess. But he teleported. So
no, I definitely. I thought for sure, like, when I was young, like, there wasn't a doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to play in the big leagues. Like, that was my lifelong dream and goal. You know, I wasn't going to stop until I got that. And I never once thought that, you know, I would ever become a reliever. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be like Justin Verlander. I'm going to go out, you know, I'm going to have have this great starting career, you know, 20 wins a year, like, as every kid thinks.
Oh, yeah.
And then once I actually started playing and realized, you know, there's a lot of good competition out there in the baseball world. Boston, you know, I was struggling a little bit as a starter, and they're like, hey, you know, we think you would be really effective in the bullpen. You know, throw hard. You got 2 great plus pitches, simplifies the game. And honestly, to answer your question, I really, really enjoy the bullpen. I love coming in high leverage situations. I don't like the anticipation of a starter, man. I hate waiting around. I hate when I, you know, have a bad game. Like, I like getting into the action as much as possible. So,
I was gonna say, so for me in high school, I was always a starter. I was never a reliever. In college, they did the same thing to me. They're like, yeah, I went there as a shortstop, and then the first week they're like, you're a PO now. So that was already, I was like, all right. And then even after that, it turned into, you're going to be one of our, you know, go-to guys out of the pen. They didn't really give me a rhyme or reason. They're just like, you threw hard, and you know what? You're a bullpen piece. Like, okay.
Did you throw pretty hard?
Before my first labrum tear, I did. I could top out at 92.
Oh, wow.
And
nice.
But after the second labrum tear, because I did it 2 years back to back. First labrum tear was not fun. The second one wasn't that bad, because I at least kind of, like, once it happened, I was like, uh-oh. Like, I knew exactly what it was. The first one, because it, like...
Wait, was that a 3-pitch inning?
It may have been. I'm not too sure. But yeah, long story short, after the second labrum tear, and I was hitting 85, yeah, like, I was just like, it's going to do it for us. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Bad read,
is that gone?
That's a bad read. Get it, Mike.
Ground rule double.
Is there a lot of ground rule doubles in this game, or is it just me?
It happens more in this game than it would in real life. Oh, there we go. That's getting down. What are we doing? I know it's down before the computer. That should not be happening. I knew it off the bat it was down. Come on.
Oh, we're gonna need to get Robles. Falama Blanca he needs to get going.
Dude, what he comes out to always has me dying. The horse.
It's hilarious, dude. I don't even know how that walk-up's.
Oh, Pujols still got it.
Yeah. I don't know how that whole walkout song or intro thing got going. I think it just his personality, man. He's such a good dude, and he beats to his own drum, man. Like I love watching him go about his business because he's just so professional at like what he does, and then like he gets this little tiny trot that it's basically like a walking speed. And it's like, this guy's about to come in just blasting 101 at the quarters. Like, and he's walking out with like a the white horse and stuff.
Yeah, it's the white horse. He said, I'll go to quite a few Angel games. And like, he comes out and closes. It's the first thing I noticed too. And is it whose music is it? Because it's some WWE guy.
Yeah, it's Undertaker.
That's who it is. Undertaker. He comes out to Undertaker. You know what's crazy? I never really got big into the whole WWE thing, but my girlfriend, she's super into it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, it's so interesting to me. So she knew who it was before I did, because I was like, I know I've heard this before, I just don't know from where. And she was instantly like, he's got the Undertaker? But it's just lag? What's going on?
Dude, man.
Oh, okay. There we go.
No.
I thought it lagged out.
But she's about to go 3 for 4 right here. Yes,
oh,
sir.
He ripped it, but hey, we'll take those lineouts. Yeah, we take those.
Dang it. Hey, 18-0 versus our first game to 10-4. I'll take that all day.
Shoot. I mean, Connie held me down for a little bit. Yeah, there's 2 innings we actually went scoreless. If you made it this far, thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.